Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video today we're checking out a video titled 4 Important Rules for the Autobahn, and this is like the German motorway with a no speed limit. We're going to find out the rules today. So if you guys want more reaction videos like this, let me know, and I can't wait to see what you have to do if there's no speed limit. What rules are there? I'm kind of curious, so let's get right into it.
Hello guys, this is Tom, the American guy in Germany. Let's talk about some Autobahn fun facts. So 70% is speed limit free. There is an advisory speed limit of 130 kilometers per hour or 80 miles per hour. You can see the fatality rate is 1.74 persons per 1 million kilometers traveled compared to 3.38 in the States. The Autobahn is really well maintained.
That's kind of crazy that, like, obviously there's an advisory speed limit, but if there is like no speed limit really, and that there's less fatalities when there's a mandatory speed limit. That's kind of crazy just to think about.
They use antifreeze concrete so that it doesn't crack in the winter. And there's no tolls, which is awesome.
That is really good.
If you compare it to Italy or Austria, they do charge tolls. And in Germany, it's different.
And the United
roads
Kingdom, we
are
have
paid
tolls.
for by the fuel and car taxes. So let's talk about merging onto the freeway. Use the acceleration lane to get quickly up to the speed of traffic. Turn on your blinker early and keep an eye on traffic. And as the merging vehicle, you have to find a proper gap. Others are not allowed to brake and disrupt the flow of traffic to let you on.
Yeah, that could
Check your
cause
blind
like a
spot.
massive accident.
Find a proper gap and enter the flow of traffic. Gotta stay on the right in case there is no gap, and make sure not to cross any solid lines.
Okay, that's some fairly simple rules, because if someone does brake and kind of, it could cause like a massive pile up, and no one wants that to happen, of course.
So one important rule on the freeway is, or on the Autobahn, you have to stay on the right. That is called the Rechtsfahrgebot. So rule 1, you have to drive as far to the right as possible, especially when getting passed up, or if you're on a hilltop, in a curve, or in foggy conditions. Rule number 2, the left lane can only be used to pass by other vehicles. Afterwards, the driver has to get back into the right lane. There is an exception to this if the next opportunity to pass somebody is approaching. Rule number 3.
So is that the only reason to use the left lane? Normally, like, the left lane over here is like the slow lane, where if you want, mainly for trucks and lorries, to be fair, but that's like the slow lane. So I'm kind of confused that people just use it to overtake.
3, the middle lane can be used continuously if one or more slower cars are occupying the right lane. This is to avoid building lines of cars. Rule number 4, if however the right lane is clear for more than 20 seconds, then one must switch back into the right lane.
I mean, the
Here
rules
you
seem
can
to
see
work,
a
of
digital
course.
speed limit. These change based on the weather conditions and the traffic conditions.
Ever driven on the Autobahn? What car would you drive if you could pick any? What's the craziest thing you've experienced on the Autobahn? So I've never driven on the Autobahn, but like definitely if you got like a nice supercar, that would be crazy to take on the Autobahn. Like, I think that'd be such a cool experience. Like cruising down with a nice fast car. That's something everyone kind of has to experience once in their life.
So by now, I probably should have gotten into the right lane, but on the other hand, this truck is coming up here, so I stayed in the middle lane. If there's a lot of space and a lot of time now to get into the right lane, then I should get into the right lane.
So what about all the other cars that are in the middle lane then? Or like, they just not following the rules?
But of course you can't pass somebody up in the right lane. So that means that this white car right here, I have to slow down. I can't pass it up on the right. Oh, here, by the way, you see these speed limits with the slashes through them. That means that the previous speed limit is no longer valid. You can go faster. Okay, rules for passing on the Autobahn. Set your signal, look over your shoulder, and check your blind spot. When clear, quickly pass up the other vehicle and get back to the right lane once you see the passed car in your rearview mirror, according to the drive right rule. Passing can only be done on the left. Okay, I can see some transporters coming up here, so I'm going to switch to the middle lane.
And then he's probably going to pass them now that he's in the left lane. Okay, this should be interesting to watch.
See ya. See ya. Now I'm going to have to get back into the middle lane. I could have done that a little more quickly, actually.
Okay, it all seems to work kind of smooth, actually, like seeing it in actual, like, working mode.
The Beamer's going pretty quick. Sometimes you get passed up with cars going like 250 kilometers an hour. It's crazy. So soon I'm coming up to my exit. I'm going to have to get into the right lane. Upon exiting, there's also some things to be aware of. Get in the right lane in time to exit. You want to set your signal 300 meters before exiting, and you're not allowed to start braking until you reach the deceleration lane. All right, that's about it for our drive today. Thanks so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Please make sure to give this video a like and a comment. Write whatever you would like about driving on the Autobahn. Have you done it before?
No.
How fast did you go? What do you think about driving on the Autobahn compared to the US interstate? Thanks for watching. See you next time.
There's a little bit left of the video, so I'm going to see what he says.
Well, all the rules on the Autobahn, but I didn't talk about what I think of the Autobahn compared to the US interstate. And I have to tell you, when I get back to the States for a visit, oh, it's just a relief. I love driving in America because I can just sit back, put on the cruise control, and just cruise on the highway. Everybody's going about the same speed. Sometimes you got somebody who kind of rides your butt a little bit, but for the most part, the people
the
just
tailgaters
kind of flow at the same rate. And for me, that is much less stressful than having to be constantly looking up my rearview mirror. Uh-oh, is somebody else coming to ride my butt? Is there somebody coming at 250 kilometers an hour wants to pass me up? And you know, on the Autobahn, you've got the really slow semi-trucks on the right. I'm kind of in the middle, always passing those cars up. And on the left, I have the really fast BMWs and Mercedes and everything else, just going balls to the wall. So it's much less stressful, in my opinion, to drive in the States. Okay, I come from Wisconsin, and there's much less traffic there compared to, let's say, California. But in my experience, the US interstate is a much more stress-free experience. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.
Okay, so I can kind of see like where he's coming from, like it being a lot less stressful in the United States, but man, it seems to work fairly well, like seeing it in practice, because obviously when you hear no speed limit, you're expecting chaos, but it said the fatality rate is actually lower than places that do have a speed limit. So that's kind of crazy just to think about. And yeah, I mean, just seeing it all in practice, it definitely flows smoothly, and it was just really cool to watch. So if you guys want more reaction videos like this, drop a like on the video. But seeing the Autobahn in practice, seeing it actually working, was kind of surprising. But at first, I was a bit confused about the different lanes, but when he explained it and broke it down, I kind of got it fairly quickly. So if you guys want more reaction videos like this, drop a like on this video. And yeah, man, definitely driving down the Autobahn, fast car, no speed limit, is definitely something I have to do at least once in my life. So I'll see you guys and have a great day, everyone.